Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to be talking about the qualities that make a good friend and how a good friend normally makes a good citizen to your town or to your country. So I'm going to read you a story. It's called Tacky the Penguin, and as we read, think about the actions of the characters in the story. Tacky the Penguin by Helen Lester. There once lived a penguin. His home was a nice, icy land he shared with his companions. His companions were named Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect. His name was Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird. Every day, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect greeted each other quietly and politely. Tacky greeted them with a hearty slap on the back and a loud, "What's happening?" Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always marched 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tacky always marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. His companions were gracefully divers. Tacky liked to do splashy cannonballs. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always sang pretty songs like Sunrise on the Iceberg. Tacky always sang songs like How Many Toes Does a Fish Have? Tacky was an odd bird. One day the penguins heard the thump, thump, thump of feet in the distance. This could mean only one thing. Hunters had come. They came with maps and traps and rocks and locks, and they were rough and tough. As the thump, thump, thump drew closer, the penguins could hear the growly voices chanting. We're going to catch some pretty penguins, and we're going to march them with a switch, and we're going to sell them for $1. We're going to get rich, rich, rich. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect ran away in fright. They hid behind a block of ice. Tacky stood alone. The marchers marched right up to him, chanting, We're going to catch some pretty penguins, and we're going to march them with a switch. We're going to sell them for $1, and we're going to get rich, rich, rich. What's happening? Blared Tacky, giving one hunter an especially hearty slap on the back. They growled, We're hunting for penguins. That's what's happening. Penguins, said Tacky. Do you mean those birds that march neatly in a row? And he marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. The hunters looked puzzled. Do you mean those birds that dive so gracefully? Tacky asked. And he did a splashy cannonball. The hunters looked wet. Do you mean those birds that sing such pretty songs? Tacky began to sing, and from behind the block of ice came the voices of his companions, all singing as loudly and dreadfully as they could. How many toes does a fish have, and how many wings does a cow have? I wonder, I wonder. The hunters could not stand the horrible singing. This could not be the land of the pretty penguins. They ran away with their hands clasped tightly over their ears, leaving behind their maps and traps and rocks and locks, and not looking at all rough and tough. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a very nice bird to have around. Okay, so now you can tell in the story that there were some penguins that were good friends and that followed the rules and did what they were supposed to. Then there was one penguin that kind of pushed the boundaries. So now we're going to write on the board what makes a good friend. Okay, so when we're thinking about the qualities that make a good friend, what's one that we could write down, class?
Kind.
Kind. What's another one that we could write down?
Encouraging.
Encouraging. Okay, and then I have some qualities of my own that I'm going to write on the board. You want somebody that's honest. And that you want somebody that is nice and that you can trust. Okay, so normally the qualities that make up a good friend also make up a good citizen. So a citizen is a person who lives in a specific place. Like I'm a citizen of Alabama. Gracie, what are you a citizen of?
I'm a citizen of Alabama.
Okay. And so you could be a citizen of a state, a town, or a country. So we're going to write down qualities that make up a good citizen. Okay, what is a good quality that makes a good citizen?
They obey the law.
Yes. What's another one that we could write down?
Courage to do the right thing.
Yes. Okay, so we do want somebody that obeys the law and does the right thing. Something else that I wrote down is you want somebody that's accountable. You want somebody that shows up to their job on time and that can follow directions and that you can count on. Okay, so as you can see, the qualities that make up a good friend and a good citizen most of the time go together. So who is somebody that, or what profession is normally a good citizen, class?
A police officer.
Yes. Okay, what's another one we could write down?
A firefighter.
Yes. Okay, and I'm going to write down a teacher. And what about a nurse and a doctor? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do we think they're a good citizen?
Thumbs up.
All right, I agree with you. So we have doctors and nurses. Okay, so just if they're not listed on this list does not mean they're not a good citizen. Your mom could be a good citizen. Your dad could be a good citizen. Your brother, sister, aunt, uncle. They can all be good citizens. It doesn't have to be a certain profession. It could be anybody. It could be your neighbor. So what we're going to do now is we're going to split off. I'm going to split you in groups of 3, and you're going to go down and you're going to write down qualities of what makes a good friend and what makes a good citizen. You can write down what I have on the board, but I want you to write 3 other qualities that you came up with on your own or as a group. And then after that, I want you to think about somebody that you know that is a good citizen, whether that be your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandparents, your doctor, a police officer you saw, anybody that is a good citizen, and I want you to take those qualities in that person, and I want you to write a short paragraph of 3 to 5 sentences explaining this person and why they're a good friend and a good citizen. After that, we're going to go back over them, we're going to read them to the class, and then you'll turn your papers in to me, okay? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Are we good?
Thumbs up.
All right, thank you.